I have done it. I have finally found an old survival game that's not about a virus or people or creatures mutating into monsters. No, in this game, the Earth itself is your enemy. Disaster Report is a game about trying to get off of an island that's sinking due to earthquakes. You have to survive all the natural disasters on the island and make your way to the evacuation point. Now, you may be thinking that since this game is much more realistic than survival horror games, that it might not have the silly, goofy plots that those games do, but that is not true. Disaster Report is unique for not being about a virus, but it is much like the other games in the sense that the story is kind of out there. We've got a man-made island being destroyed for profit, the most nonsensical revenge plot, and a guy just walking around aura farming as natural disasters happen all around him. And I simply must tell you all about it. So today I'm going to take you through the crazy story of the earthquake game Disaster Report. But first, the disclaimer. Please do not take this video as a serious review. In these reviews, I focus more on the story rather than the gameplay, as that is what is most interesting to me. So if you're looking for someone to go really in depth on the gameplay and things like that, this is not the video for you. Also, please do not take this video as me hating on this game. I genuinely enjoy all the games I talk about, even if I'm poking fun at them. We're just here to have some fun. Okay, disclaimer over. Let's survive a natural disaster. The game starts with a monologue from our main character, Keith.
June 2005. Sunny. I see Stiver Island outside my window. I'm a newspaper reporter assigned here. Today is my first day. I'm looking forward to my new life here.
Yeah, he really sounds like he's excited about life here.
I'm looking forward to my new life here.
So Keith is moving to Stiver Island, which is a man-made island with a thriving city on top of it. He's going there to work for the Town Crier newspaper, but he never gets to start his new job because as soon as he arrives, the earthquake happens. I am a little confused on the timeline of the earthquake though, because right after Keith's monologue, we cut to a very happy sounding news reporter who's talking about the earthquake and the damage it caused.
A massive earthquake has struck Capital City just after noon yesterday. The magnitude of the earthquake has not been confirmed, but Capital City has suffered extensive damage.
At this point, the city looks fine aside from that one picture. Then we see some security footage of people walking around and marching. Then the earthquake hits and they all go flying. So was there an initial earthquake that left most of the city intact but caused a lot of damage at this specific location, and then another earthquake happened right after, resulting in more damage? Or is this footage of the original earthquake and we were just seeing old pictures of the island in the news report? It's all very unclear and not that important, but I'm curious, okay? So Keith wakes up Uncharted 2 style. He's on a train on a bridge that's falling apart from the earthquake. He escapes and sees a rescue helicopter. Well, dang, they left awfully quick. And clearly they saw Keith and just didn't wait for him because they dropped him a supply kit with a note to head north because that's where the evacuations are happening. Look, I get that the bridge was falling apart, but you really couldn't wait for Keith? Go, go, go! Hey, there's another survivor over there. Well, sucks to be him. We'll just drop him a note saying to head north and hope that he survives. So Keith looks for a way off the bridge when he finds a girl in need of help.
Get back!
So, do you want me to get back or help? The message is unclear. Keith saves the girl and learns that her name is Karen. They decide to head to the evacuation point together while repeatedly getting knocked on their asses by the earthquake along the way.
Breaking earthquake news alert. An evacuation has been ordered for Stiver Island. Stiver Island is severely breaking apart due to the earthquake and has begun sinking near the coastal areas.
Yeah, I've noticed. As the two search for a way to the evacuation point, Karen tells Keith that her uncle is Terry Stiver. He's the one that built Stiver Island, and she's worried that he's going to be in trouble now that it's falling apart. Well, yeah, Karen, I'm pretty sure he probably will be held responsible for the island he built falling apart and killing everyone.
Good timing. Hey, guys, follow me, will ya?
Sure, let's just follow the random man into a hole. That's a great idea.
There's someone that needs help up there. Will you come?
There are more survivors.
Okay, but why are you running away from me? Come back and guide me there.
So where's this person at?
Oh, right here. You're looking at him.
Huh?
I need to go further in, but it looks like these things have to be moved at the same times as the ones above.
Okay, that was pretty smooth. You could have just asked for help like a normal person, but you have so much charisma, I can't be bothered to criticize you. So this is Greg. He's a freelance reporter with so much charisma. Like, he just casually walks around with his hand in his pocket like a cool guy, even though the island is falling apart, and he's always so calm and collected.
Wow. What's all this for?
This here? It's a water pipe.
I know that. Why are you taking pictures of it?
Oh, no need to worry about that.
I kind of love him. He's so cool. So Keith helps Greg, but by the time he gets back, he's already gone. He's too cool for me to actually be mad at him about it, but a thank you would have been nice. It's not long before they catch up to him, and he offers to help guide them to the park where the evacuation is happening. Then they run into an old man who's severely injured and his wife.
What the hell? Don't take pictures of me without asking. I'll sue you.
Sorry, it's in my blood.
See, that was kind of a jerk move, but the cool guy aura is too strong for me to care. The old guy realizes that Greg is a reporter and gives him some really important information.
Government should be blamed for negligence, but the real culprit is the project leader.
What's his name?
Terry Stiver of Christoph Construction.
By the way, that's Karen's uncle, in case you forgot. The couple sadly looks at a picture of them with their grandson and laments about how they're going to die on the island. But then, they hear a helicopter outside. Our main trio rushes outside to wave it down. The old couple is going to be rescued. You know, in hindsight, maybe we should have picked the old guy up and brought him outside with us. So after this, there's a fork in the road. One path leads to the park where the evacuation is happening, and the other leads to Karen's house. Karen is worried about her dog, so she wants to go there and see if it's okay. But this means that they'll be splitting up from the awesome Greg. Keith and Karen make a sick raft to get to her house. They find her dog and then take the most ridiculous bike ride towards the evacuation site. Eventually they're forced to walk again and have to dodge like 7 falling buses. Why were there so many buses in this one spot? Eventually they make it to the Town Crier newspaper office, the place Keith was supposed to work. They go inside and find the editor-in-chief, William, just casually doing his work. Sir, the island is falling apart and there are earthquakes knocking everyone over like every 5 seconds. How are you just casually doing work right now?
Time to work.
Huh?
Christoph Construction is nearby. Right over there. There should be a man-made island construction report in the executive office. Go and borrow it.
Now?
Of course. If you miss this opportunity, there won't be another one. And you? You can stay here and do filing.
Me?
You've got nothing else to do, right?
Is now really the time for this? This guy is a little too dedicated to his job. So William gives him a voice recorder and sends him to the construction building, which is conveniently right across the street. Inside, he finds a tape with an audio file on it.
Excellent. You did it. Good work, Terry.
It can start whenever we want it to.
When will it be then?
I'm thinking June 21st.
June 21st. I see. Okay. June 21st it is. Now, finally.
Yeah. Let's put an end to this.
You know, if you're planning to do something evil, maybe don't record you and your co-conspirator talking about it. Especially if you sound like this.
Excellent.
Keith records this with his own voice recorder, and then he has to hide because Mr. Evil Voice himself comes into the room.
Ah, Terry. He's still alive. I won't let him die that easily. Then killing his family would mean very little. I'm his best friend. Everything will go smoothly.
Okay, you've really got to stop openly discussing your evil plans, dude. So this is Albert. He's the director of the Land Development Department, and it seems he worked with Terry to cause the earthquakes. Yeah, Terry, for future reference, maybe don't become best friends with guys that sound like evil masterminds.
Excellent.
Keith gets this conversation on recording too, and tries to sneak out without Albert seeing him.
Hey, who are you?
Well, that didn't go too well. Albert and a goon tie Keith up and leave him on top of the construction building to die in an earthquake.
What do you want to do? Kill him?
No. We don't have the time to mess with him. Leave him here.
Are you sure?
He'll sink with the building.
Understood.
Let's go.
So obviously that was a terrible idea on their part because Keith immediately escapes. Keith rushes back to Karen and William, and somehow a fire has broken out, leaving William injured. They carry him outside and find a guy on a boat who's taking people to an evacuation site. He only has room for William right now, so he'll come back for Karen and Keith.
I need to take him to the boat. Please, wait here.
Jeez, why is he so sassy about it? The guy drops William off, and then on his way back...
I can't believe this.
Yeah, same. I mean, why would he just stop in the middle of the water and let the building fall on him? He was nearly out of the way. The duo keeps heading for the evacuation site. Then they get spotted by Albert and the goon.
Sir, we've discovered people still here.
So what? Don't bother with them. Forget it.
But sir, it's that newspaper reporter we saw in the executive office.
What? Why didn't you say that to begin with? I can't believe he's still alive. Take care of him already.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's just start launching missiles on the island that's falling apart. They're chased by the helicopter and goons with guns until they eventually make it to the evacuation site, which is on the other side of this fence. William is there, and he tells them that they better find a way around the fence because if they miss this helicopter, there might not be another one. Guys, just hop over the fence. It's not that high. Just climb over it. There's no reason for you to go the long way around.
No!
What did I tell you? Also, William, why didn't you tell them to wait? You knew Karen and Keith were coming. So Keith and Karen keep looking for a way off the island when they run into Greg, who's confronting Terry. Keith plays the recording of Albert's conversation with Terry, and he's forced to admit that he caused the earthquakes.
Terry, I'm going to ask you again. Why did you do this?
Revenge.
Revenge?
Yeah, revenge.
You sank an entire island for revenge?
My enemy is the government. It's the only revenge I could get.
The government?
My family was killed by the government.
What?
A mountain collapsed while collecting gravel during the construction of Stiver Island. My family was caught in the rubble and killed.
And you blamed that on the government?
I love how Greg said everything that I was thinking in this scene. What do you mean you killed thousands of innocent people and destroyed their homes to get revenge on the government? You're so upset about your family dying, and then you go and kill a bunch of other people's families who are uninvolved with the situation? I think you harmed the civilians more than the government, Terry. Then Keith plays the recording where Albert admits to being the one who killed Terry's family so he could manipulate him into sinking the island. This sends Terry into an extreme depression. At that moment, Albert knocks on the door, so Keith, Karen, and Greg flee. But then a tsunami starts coming for the island. All natural disasters scare me, but I think the one that terrifies me the most are tsunamis. Like, I get scared when I see a normal-sized wave coming for me at the beach. Now you're telling me I have to outrun that? When I can't swim very well? I could just never live anywhere where there's a chance of a tsunami happening. I think the odds of me surviving are very low. The three rush to the top of a nearby building, but then Albert's goons show up. Okay, how dedicated are you to the director of the land development department that you're going to risk your lives in a tsunami to take out his enemies? No, come on. He's the best character. Don't do this to me.
Listen, I don't care about you. But you have something that only you know. Write the article. That's it. Get out of here.
Oh, but he was so cool. Albert himself shows up and comes at Keith and Karen with a gun. But then, Terry appears and confronts Albert about his family.
What is it? Hurry up!
Did you kill my family?
What are you talking about?
A man told me that you were the one that planned the accident 10 years ago.
I see.
Albert, answer me. Did you? Answer me.
Yeah, maybe don't pressure the guy with a gun to admit that he killed your family. But good news, that's not the end of Terry.
The past 10 years had great purpose to me. I thank you for giving me a reason to live. I want to thank you. Don't fight it.
Albert keeps shooting him, but Terry just keeps coming.
You're my friend, remember? Stay with me a while longer.
And that, my friends, is why you should never kill a man's family to manipulate him into sinking an island. Wait, why did he want that anyway? Like, seriously, how did sinking the island benefit Albert? I'm assuming it had to have been a financial motive, but how was he going to make money from this? I'm confused. Anyway, the game ends with a helicopter spotting Keith and Karen on top of the building and rescuing them. And that does it for Disaster Report. So obviously this game is pretty goofy. Albert and his bizarre plot, Terry's revenge on the government, William and his determination to work through a natural disaster, Greg being so laid back and cool as the island falls apart around him, even just the way the natural disaster itself works, like 7 buses just dropping on Keith out of nowhere. But this game has such a charm to it. Karen and Greg were actually really enjoyable characters. And I like that this was a survival game that wasn't about a virus. Sure, there's no man-made Stiver Island being destroyed with earthquakes and tsunamis caused by a man trying to profit off of it, but I think everyone can relate to the fear of natural disasters, and that alone made this game scarier to me than many of the other old horror games I talk about on this channel. It had me imagining what I would do if this was happening in real life. So overall, I really enjoyed this game. There are other Disaster Report games, so let me know if you want me to make a video on those. Also, let me know if there are other games you'd like me to make a video on. I do take all of your suggestions into consideration. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!